Justice died upon the cross. What does that mean?
Most scholars believe the earliest book of the New Testament was 1 Thessalonians, written perhaps by Paul, who never saw Jesus in person and knew no details of his life. End quote.
Justice died upon the cross. What does that mean? I'm no artist. That is the cardinal points of the zodiac. Cardinal, as in Catholic Church, cardinal. They are your deacons of the zodiac. Deacons, as in the Christian church. They are your cardinal points. And they apply to everything you do. Who you are, your character, everything that surrounds you, your environment, the country where you live, everything is affected by the different signs of the zodiac. When justice died on the cross, here's what happened. That's our solar system, and that's the sun in the middle. And that's Earth, the third rock from the sun, which is its planetary position. That's not its name. And its planetary position will be changing, is changing every day, and it's speeding up and getting closer and closer to the sun until it will occupy the second position, rock from the sun. This is the natural life cycle of a planet. And all the planets are coming in, and then more planets are being created out further beyond Pluto. So what they call the greenhouse effect is the natural heating up of the planet. And all those who cannot meet the heat requirement as the planet heats up will be eliminated from the planet. This is the science of the zodiac. Now, just like we have the zodiac, which I just showed you, based upon what is called the geocentric form of astrology. Geocentric because it's centered based on the Earth as its center point. Then there's the heliocentric form of astrology, which is based upon the sun being the center. Sun is helio, Earth is geo. Everybody understand that? Now, just like we have our signs applied to the Earth here, the sun also has its center point here. Everybody understand that? Does everybody understand that our entire solar system is spinning around the Milky Way? The Earth spins on its axis. The moon spins on, right? Spins around. Well, let me back up. The moon doesn't spin around the Earth like they told you, but the moon does have a cycle. Now, the Earth spins on its axis, and the Earth spins around the sun. The sun spins on its axis, and this entire solar system spins around the Milky Way. Everybody understand that? That's basic, right? Very basic. Now, check this out. It takes the sun 26,000 years to make one revolution around the Milky Way. Everybody understand that? This is science here. I'm not trying to make up stuff just to lie to you, okay? And all of this, believe it or not, is relative to law. That's why I'm explaining it to you, all right? And the subject is justice died upon the cross. So I'm coming back to that, but I have to give you this information first so you'll understand. 26,000 years for the sun to make one journey around the Milky Way, all right? If we divide that by 12, why are we dividing it by 12? There are 12 signs of the zodiac, all right? Now, if we divide it by 12, this is the number. 2,166 years. So, our solar system spins 2,166 years in one sign. We just left the age of Pisces. An age is equal to 2,166 years. Now, you've heard the term, an age, but nobody ever thought about it. We say, for ages, what's an age equal to? Mathematically, it's equal to 2,166 years. Got it? Now, we just entered the age of Aquarius. All right, 2,166 is represented here. You see that? So each one right, has a time frame of 2,166. Everybody understand that? Here's what happens. I don't need to write all of them, right? You all understand the point. We just left the age of Pisces, which was, or an eon. An age and an eon are equal to 2,166 years. Now, we just left the age of Pisces, which is represented by what we know as Jesus. This is why Jesus is represented by the sign of the fish. It's over. The age of Pisces is over, all right? Not to come around again until we go through all of the other 11 signs of the zodiac. Now we're in the age of Aquarius. What does that mean? Justice, and any Mason will tell you, if he can unravel the allegory, is Jesus. Jesus was born. Why? Because what's the opposite of Pisces? Jesus was born of a virgin mother. Virgo is the virgin. Virgo is the virgin, right? Who in here is Virgo? Anybody? Virgo is the virgin, right? Okay. So Jesus was born of the virgin mother, Virgo. Got it? All of this stuff in the Bible, because understand that the Bible is not a religious book. The Quran is not a religious book. They are science books. Biblios Heliotech is the Bible. It's the full Latin name of the Bible. It is the science. It's an elementary science where Moors are concerned. It's the science of the study of the cycle of the sun. Helio meaning study, meaning sun. Biblios meaning record of. Y'all understand? The Quran, chronology, maxima, the great chronology. The Quran is the great chronology of the science and the study of the asteroid, of the astral plane. You understand? Okay, so justice died on the cross. Here's what happened. Those that we call Europeans or Albions, ruled during the age of Pisces. So when we say the time is up, we're not just saying this by conjecture. We're saying this because the time, the 2,166 years that they had is over. I'm not saying this because I have any bias against them or any of that. This is the science of it, and they know it. The problem is our people are not ready for it. How can justice return under the age of Aquarius if we're not ready? The age of Aquarius demands information. It is the technology age Aquarius is. Aquarius demands answers. Our youth demand answers. They demand the truth. They demand this truth because they cannot proceed and lead the world without this knowledge. They cannot do it. They cannot do this without the understanding of the zodiac, which is this. Zodiacus is the ancient name of the term zodiac. Zodiacus implies the first woman. Who is this? Womb man. We are man with a womb. That's who we are. No spirit can enter this plane without the agreement of a womb man. Period. We are the vehicle. We have a covenant with the cosmos where we agree to bring those spirits, which we call monads, from the astral plane and summon them to this physical plane. And it is only through the womb man that they can leave, exit, and then reposition themselves in another plane. All of this relevant to all law.
Most scholars believe the earliest book of the New Testament was 1 Thessalonians, written perhaps by Paul, who never saw Jesus in person and knew no details of his life. End quote. This is a very strong statement, and obviously I could stop here. But I truly want you to be totally clear on why we celebrate Christmas and the origins of Christmas Day. Christmas Day is the once again reborn Son, S-U-N, Son of God. This occurrence was celebrated by all ancients, and it can be found in carvings, temples, cave walls, monuments honoring the sun as the bringer of warmth, the light of the world, all life, and being the true light of the world. The ancient zodiac wheel of 12, which is also the 12 tribes and the 12 disciples, takes its turn on 4 cardinal points. Or, I want to emphasize the 4 cardinal points of the zodiac wheel are also the 4 New Testament books or gospels. Through the 4 seasons, spring, autumn, summer, and winter solstice. From the summer to the winter solstice, the days become shorter and colder. And from the perspective of the northern hemisphere, the sun gets smaller along with the shortening of days, along with the shortening of the expiring crops in the field. This is precisely why the ancients symbolized the winter solstice as the death of the sun. On September 21st of every year in the autumn equinox, where there is 12 hours of daylight and night, the sun goes below and sets on the Southern Cross constellation of stars. For 3 months, the sun hangs on the Southern Cross. Now do you see the needed symbolism of Jesus Christ that hangs on the cross and the actual sun hanging on the Southern Cross? Then on every December 22nd, it stops descending and dies on the cross. Then at midnight on December 24th, the sun, S-U-N, the sun is reborn and once again rises off its cross. Then, of course, for the next 3 months, it hikes back above the equator, and on March 21st, the March equinox is also known as the vernal equinox. The sun overpowers the darkness and has risen once again to grow life, food, and provide abundance to all. Hence, the death of Jesus Christ. Or the sun occurs on December 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, and then on the 25th of December is the rebirth of the sun, or Christmas. Now, do you see the pun or play on words? In my opinion, it's a very positive, fun pun. And it's a story, in my opinion. And quite frankly, I want to emphasize the story part. So what about the 3 kings and the bright star Sirius, or the manger nativity of Jesus, or the sun? Sirius is the brightest star in the night sky, is the bright star in the east. On December 24th, it aligns with the 3 brightest stars in Orion's belt, which are called, since before Jesus' time, the 3 kings. These 3 kings line up perfectly with Sirius, pointing exactly to the location that the sun will rise the next morning. The larger constellation that takes place is known as the manger, cradle, or nativity birth of the sun, which takes place on December 25th. Hence, the 3 kings of Orion or Magi follow the star in the east, Sirius, to the manger, i.e., Jesus Christ, nativity birth of the Son of God. In the winter solstice, Easter derives from the eastern star of Sirius. So the sun resides on the Southern Cross constellation for 3 days and is hung. Then it is resurrected and celebrated 3 months later in the spring equinox, hence Easter, when once again the forces of light defeat the darkness and the sun days grow longer than the nights. Trust in this, the story of Jesus Christ is awesome and put together well. And this is why I leave you today with a quote from the Son of Righteousness, Jesus Christ. John 8:31 through 32. To the Jews who had believed him, Jesus said, "If you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Remember, you were born from the DNA of the Most High Anunnaki gods, and please frequently remind yourself that you are, and I am, a Spirit of God. Be good to yourself and others.